But anyways, let's move into the next segment, and that's 11 through 20, where we are ranking our NBA teams. Now, I want to clarify, if you're joining in on 11 through 20, these are not our actual rankings. We did not rank them this way. This is all statistical math, and we're going to talk out our actual opinions in this podcast. But anyways, let's give our 11 through 21 teams through the math of what we've done, ranking
like
all the
18
positions.
more disclaimers.
Yeah, well, anyways. At number 20, we have the Orlando Magic. At number 19, we have the Trailblazers. At 18, we have the Bulls. At 17, we have the Suns. At 16, we have the Kings. At 15, we have the Lakers. At 14, we have the Warriors. At 13, we have the Pistons. At 12, we have the Raptors. And 11, we have the Nets. So let's start off. We talked last segment talking about which teams would make the playoffs and which teams would be bottom feeders. Let's start off here. What is the most surprising team on here? Is there a team that should have been top 10 in your mind that's not? Is there a team that should have been bottom 10 that isn't and is currently sitting where they are right now? Which team got the most surprising spot in your mind?
So I'm going to say this to tie into the question you asked at the beginning of the last segment. It's the Phoenix Suns. I know they got Ricky Rubio, and that's one of the big additions which bumped them up in these rankings.
Considerably.
But they are, when you asked last segment, who's a team that you could see in the top 3 of the NBA draft lottery? And I'm like, where are the Suns? Where are the Suns? And I went, Suns are that fucking high? Mm-hmm. What? They're going to screw it up. Like, I know what people say. Like, people are going to say, but Ricky, they got Devin Booker, they got Ricky Rubio. Yeah, they had Devin Booker last year, and they were the worst team in the NBA. So for me, that was the biggest surprise, that they're not 21 through 30, and that they're 11 through 20.
The thing to take away.
I mean, last year they actually went down a spot from last year. They went from 18 to 19.
Jesus.
Or sorry, they went up one. So they went from 19 to 18. So they went up one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole idea of, yes, Devin Booker's great. Yes, DeAndre Ayton was one of the highest ranked rookies we'd had on the show, which is great. They have interesting pieces around them, but the lack of a point guard massacred their chances of winning a game last season. Now that they've got a point guard, it's back to the question of, do you have the right head coach? This is coach number 4 for Devin Booker, 5 for Devin Booker. I think somewhere in that range. Like he's collected them pretty quickly, and because of that lack of consistency, I agree with you. Like, this is a team where they've got a lot of interesting pieces outside of their 2 stars between Ayton and Booker. I really like Mikal Bridges. I really like Dario Saric out there. I think it was an interesting draft year they had. They got the oldest but best shooting in Cam Johnson, which I shocked a lot of people. I know this is not this rant, but that was an interesting
John's
pick.
boy.
If it pays off, great. He was one of the best years in college. Will it translate to the NBA level? We'll see. We'll see how much he gets on the court and how well it goes for him.
Mm-hmm. I was pretty shocked by the Suns as well, too much. At 18, I think this is definitely a bottom end of the team, or a bottom end of the half team. So the fact that they're at 18, I think, is pretty ridiculous. But again, that also shows that this isn't fully depth we're ranking here. It is ranking. It is ranking, just the first 6 players that they're putting out there and their coach. And we're high on their coach, too.
Monty Williams, who I was going to bring up, was 20. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that does help. It's just, I look at these, and that was the first team where it's like, all right, they are probably, although they're this high in our rankings, good bet they're probably a top 3 team in the draft lottery still.
Another team that I think is too high, and I can't wait to talk about them, the Chicago Bulls at 19.
I knew it was coming.
They shouldn't be higher than the Magic. The Magic are our first-year playoff team this year if they stay healthy.
Are they, though?
If they stay healthy, yes.
Are they, though?
Yes. Why aren't they? Are you just saying, aren't they, though? They didn't get worse. They got better. They didn't get worse. They got better. So why are they not going to be a playoff team?
I'm gonna go on the Bulls side more than the Magic side. Is the thing with the Bulls, and I've said this before, that will be the biggest indicator of will they be a good team this year, is health. Injuries, of course, do not play into these rankings because we don't know who's going to get injured. But last year, we got massacred with injuries. It was like, so who's injured for the Bulls? Everybody. Okay, sounds good.
We had a G League lineup.
Exactly. We had we're throwing Pooh out there and Shaq Harrison. And did we have Did Blakeney play games for us last year?
Blakeney played games. Yeah. He started games.
Yeah,
Jakar Sampson.
Yeah.
I mean,
shout out Jakar.
And we still won the 2 games that we went to.
Still
Suck it
2-0.
Suck it OKC in Philadelphia.
We technically beat them twice. The Philadelphia 76ers in one game.
And both of them had chances to beat us on final
They
shots
did.
and couldn't.
They did.
You know
They
what?
both choked.
You know what just popped up in my
What?
Twitter feed? The RJ Yakino play.
Yeah.
Where
It's
he
Yakino.
dove out of bounds.
My boy.
Went to the alley-oop. That was
Need that
sick.
city jersey.
But like that's the
point.
thing I look at is if this is with a healthy Bulls team,
Yeah.
how much better record wise and standing wise are we this year? Are we playoffs? Maybe. Are we better than where we were last year? You're damn right.
Yeah,
we are.
I got a game.
Yeah.
19 players started for the Bulls last year. Name them.
Okay, so I know it's definitely going to be Chris Dunn, Zach LaVine, Otto Porter, Jabari Parker,
Wendell Carter.
Wendell Carter for a couple,
Lowry.
Cristiano Felicio.
Did Archie
Felicio
Diacono?
did not start a game.
What?
No,
He
he's
played
bad.
60. Did not.
Did Archie Diacono? I know.
Archie Yakino started 32.
That should tell you all you need to
Shaq
know.
Harrison probably started games.
11.
Walt Lemon Jr.
Walt Lemon.
Did he start any?
He started 3.
Yeah.
6 of his 3 started.
Jakar
Or
Sampson?
3 of his 6. Jakar Sampson.
Did Blake start any games?
No, Jakar Sampson did not start. He played,
that's
played in 4
bullshit.
games.
He had great
Blake-
games.
did
though.
31 minutes, though. He averaged 31 minutes.
He scored really well, too.
Did Blakeney though?
Blakeney, 3 and 57.
Okay. How many are we at?
Like 10.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left.
Jesus Christ.
9 left.
Yeah.
When did they get cut from the team? That's
No,
another-
there's some guys that some of them got traded. Some of them are still on the team.
Bobby
some of them-
Portis.
Bobby Portis, one of them.
Yep.
Okay.
So I got him and Jabari, but
Nico didn't get traded last year. It was the year
no,
before.
he's been gone for a bit.
Rollo.
Yep.
Rollo,
Rollo was in there.
Chandler Hutchinson,
boom, 14 of 44 games.
the clutch.
So what? We're down to 5 more. 4
1,
more?
2, 3, 4.
I feel
5,
like I should
6.
know all of these
6
easily,
more.
but I just my
I feel like we
mind's
should
gone.
too. I'm trying to think of like ex-Bulls that are now on different teams. Oh, Jabari.
I already-
no.
I already named him.
Yep, I got
Okay.
him.
Shit. Why can't I think of this?
I feel like they're all obvious. And I
Alright.
missed them all. Go for it.
So Justin Holiday,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
good
forgot
point.
we
He got
traded him.
traded to the Grizzlies.
Wayne Selden,
Yeah, we got him from the Grizzlies.
Campaign
Campaign.
started 12 of
Should've
31
known-
games.
should've known all
I
3 of these.
forgot that we had campaign last year. He was so bad.
Starting 6 games, drafted
Ooh.
by the Philadelphia 76ers. Timothy Lualu
TLC.
That's right.
Cabarra.
Don't go chasing
Does that mean we
waterfalls.
had fucking what was his name that came over in that trade? Say the other ones. I can't. think
Brandon
of his name.
Sampson.
No.
Started
Brandon Sampson,
2 of
yes.
14 games.
Yes.
And former Arizona Wildcat and Alonzo Trier's
Trier.
teammate, Raleigh Elkins.
I remember
Raleigh.
Raleigh Elkins.
1 of 10 games he started.
He was real
That
bad.
was fun. Anyways, I think the Bulls are
I think
going
we
to
did
be
a good job.
enough.
for sure 21 through 30 team.
Not a
Can-
chance.
I-
Zero chance because who you going to knock down? Zach LaVine's not getting worse. Lowry Markkinen's not getting worse. Wendell
he-
Carter's
he's
only
never-
getting better.
Mark Giddens never healthy. Wendell
Yep.
Carter also hasn't been healthy throughout his NBA career.
Yeah,
So that
he
there's
was
health concerns already
half a
with
year.
these young players.
Yep.
You don't have a point guard. Maybe it's Sadaransky, but even then you are low on Sadaransky compared to us.
Yeah, you're
I
on
put-
the lowest.
Yeah, I know.
And
I'm
with
well
that,
aware.
this
Okay.
bench still sucks. Some of these guys are still on your team. Hutchinson is on your team, injured.
But we get
Denzel
Denzel
Valentine
Valentine
still
back.
sucks on
Game
your bench.
changer.
Oh man.
I
Cristiano
know he's
Felicio
not.
still sucks on your bench. The starting lineup is fine.
That's what I'm saying. Like
it's-
4 out
it's-
of 5
it's
starters are great.
all right. But I don't think it's enough to carry you. And when you are expecting the starting lineup to do so much, it means they're going to have to play. And like I said, your big guys have injury issues.
Yeah, they do.
In Wendell Carter Jr. and Larry Markkinen.
They absolutely do.
I do not trust it.
No, by all means, the Magic are a better team.
You do
than
have
us.
Thad
I'm
Young
not going to
as
argue
well.
that.
I don't want to
Yeah.
throw that out there. You do have Thad Young as well, who's going to be a great bench piece. And if either of them
Well,
get
Luke
injured,
Cornett.
could step up into the starting lineup and contribute. But I don't trust it.
Yeah, no, I agree. The Magic are clearly a better team than us, and that's without them getting Markelle Fultz to perform. Like just as it stands today, they're a better team than the Bulls are. Mm-hmm. But I can't wait because you guys saw what they did, right? They gave him the contract year. They're like, dude, we're gonna pay you for it. Be back next year too. And I am stunned because he has not played a game of basketball
You're
since.
talking about Markelle Fultz and
Yeah.
the Magic.
But
okay.
here's
That's
I just
what
want,
said.
I just wanted to
by it.
clarify.
You didn't pay attention to the first 20
no,
seconds.
I was
did
like,
you?
we're talking about the Bulls, and I'm like, so are we segueing into the Magic? I just want to make it sure in case any
I'm-
listeners were confused.
When I
I'm
talked
not
about
s-
how the Magic are the better team because if they don't make any changes,
just making sure.
I'm not stunned by it.
part where I said out loud.
just making sure.
I'm not stunned by it just because they went up and they got him, they traded him, and obviously they wanted him for a reason. They haven't seen anything from him, but that doesn't mean he's a bad player. And I think another part of it too is they aren't going to need that cap too much. They already have Vucevic. Fournier, I think, is the only one on that team that might be coming up soon. But even then, he's not a for sure guy that they want to invest long term in.
It's a good scorer.
They're not a team that's going to make big free agency splashes. I don't think they're going to be using it for anything. So why not take the gamble on him?
Yeah, he was the number one pick for a reason. If he gets his shoulder right and if he gets his head right, he's amazing. And that's what we saw. Even if he doesn't have the shoulder in perfect shape and his shot's still a little wonky, he still can play defense. He still can go to the lane. Like, yeah, his foul shot got weird at the end, but I don't have any answer for that. Point being, they're a very good team. They're defensively incredible. They picked up the team wingspan methodology, or I should say it came with them when they made a front office move. I like this team. They're better than the Bulls, yes, but at the same time, I think the Bulls have a higher top end without watching Markelle Fultz addition to this team. So,
well, and also the thing that comes into it too is the part of me wants to go, man, Dave, there's a lot of ifs there when it comes to Markelle. And someone will throw out, yeah, but Ricky, there's a lot of ifs when you talk about the injuries, the Bulls. But if Wendell and Lowry, their if is coming back from the injury, once they're on the court, I'm confident in them. The if for Markelle is, can he be a good player on the court and be what we all expect him to be? And that's the big, that's the only question the Magic have, which I mean.
But they're a playoff team without him, is what I'm saying. So
and that's what I'm getting to. It doesn't hurt
team.
them.
It's pretty good.
It only helps them. I just wonder what the Magic, my big thing is, are they going to be a team that extends their playoff seeding and moves up from where they were? Or it's like, well, the Magic are the 7th seed again. Or do they fall and they're the 8th seed and still a playoff team? Or do they fall out? I think that's still a possibility for them.
I don't think they fall out because they're relying on veterans. They're relying on guys that have done it before. This team didn't have that much of a changeover. Even if Markelle Fultz doesn't hit, they still have DJ Augustin, who was on that team last year and played very well for them to start at point guard. I still think that this team's, they can still grow as well. Jonathan Isaac can be better. Mohamed Bamba can and will be better.
Yeah.
So this team
guy who didn't
has
play games.
every way to maintain their playoff seeding, and I think they can move up. They can move up from 7 to possibly 6 or 5. I don't know if that's going to be fully true or happen, but I 100% think the Magic are a playoff team, and you could lock that in. If I was putting the Magic, I'd probably put a middle of the pack here around that 15 to 17 range.
Okay.
And I think that this is a team too. Like Vucevic got paid. He's locked down.
So
He's good to go. You love the Supernova.
That's
offense,
what I was gonna say.
Terrence Ross.
That's the only piece where I'm like, I don't know if he's going to be that good.
Always scored.
No, I don't know if he's going to be that good next year. He was incredibly good at the end of life.
Can he keep it consistent?
He was a stone cold killer. He was hitting every bucket. He was shooting efficiently. Like he was getting points. He was moving the ball in that offense. He was doing a lot for them, and that's. I don't know if he's going to be able to do that again come this year. But at the same time, like you said, there's a huge chance for Jonathan Isaac to step up in this situation. Wesai Windu, another good long player, has a chance to grow. Like they've got enough guys on the upcline, as Ricky would say.
Upcline.
Yep. That I'm with you. This is a team that is only going to be looking up. Even if Terrence Ross does take a step down to reality, he's still a good player.
Downcline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a question I want to throw your way, Sean, because you kind of seem like the staunch Magic stan as of just right now.
It's not a Magic stan. It's an
right now
anti-Bull stan.
in this topic of when you say they could move up. I'll bring in a team that's also in this 11 through 20 in the Nets. Because last year the Magic were only one game behind being tied with the Nets, 2 games from being 1 seed higher than they were.
Yeah.
Nets get Kyrie, Kevin Durant. We'll see you next year. I know they got DeAndre Jordan as well, new addition. They'll be playing this year. With that being said, because I don't think the Pacers, I know I've said.
Are you asking why the Nets are higher than the Magic?
No, I'm asking. You said that you could see the Magic moving up. Does that mean you think the Nets are going to implode with Kyrie? Do you think it's the Pacers are going to what I've been saying?
No, I think the Raptors. I think the Raptors can fall down. You're talking legit standing wise, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the.
You think the Raptors are going to fall to 7?
I think it's possible. Again, I've talked about this before on the podcast. I don't know if they're going to keep their players on their roster. Fred VanVleet's an expiring contract. Kyle Lowry's an expiring contract. Marc Gasol's an expiring contract. Serge Ibaka's an expiring contract. I don't know what Masai Ujiri's plan is. And also, along with that, there's a ton of star power out in the Eastern Conference. And I'm not saying that the Magic are a better team, but we've seen before that doesn't matter really in the playoff or in the regular season if you're a better team. It's just about going out and winning every single night. And there's always the hangover, whole complex with winning a championship and what that could do to a team. Playoff standings and regular season standings typically don't denote who the best team is in that conference. So I wouldn't be shocked if the Magic got hot. They're a veteran-heavy team. They went 8-2 to finish out the season. They can be a team that plays well at home and ups their ability on the road and increases their win total from like 42 and a barely an above 500 team to like 45 wins. I wouldn't be shocked by that. And also with the Pacers, like they have Vic Oladipo coming back, but what if he's not fully healthy and the same player? And they lost Bojan Bogdanovic, who was huge. They lost Thad Young, who was a great bench piece for them. They could possibly be falling off, and we could be overrating them. The Boston Celtics were awful and below expectations this year. Well, what if Kemba Walker doesn't help? What if Joel Embiid gets injured for the 76ers or Ben Simmons? I don't want to single out Joel, but what if one of those players gets injured? They could totally fall off. They don't have that depth to rely on. So I could see that there's any possible way that they can move up from 7 all the way to to 5. It's not an indictment on them being that better of a team than any of these teams. It's more the NBA season's weird. They have a pretty fairly good team that is veteran heavy that can be consistent night in and night out, and I just think that they are a good team that will make the playoffs. So I think that they're not going to be falling, if anything. And if they're going to do anything in the standings, I think it's going to be move up. I think they're going to win more games than they did last year. So it's basically just looking at how they're made up, and I think that their veterans can help them improve their win percentage and improve their win total from 42 up to 45 this year.
Seeing the way I'm just looking at, and this goes for the Eastern Conference. We talked a little bit about it with the Heat and the Hawks is. To me, there's only the biggest question for this conference when it comes to playoff seeding, like the Magic moving up, is the Pacers. Like, I think that the Nets will be around where they were. I mean, you've got Russell and the Kyrie swap. Could be, if baseline, same amount of wins as last year. They'll probably get more, though, this year. And, I mean, the Pistons, I don't see them making a big jump in the standings as well. So, like, for me, it's like, yeah, the Magic could win more games, but those teams above them could be winning more games as well, which I feel like the standings might stay the same. The biggest question is that Pacer team, if the Magic are going to move up, Pacers maybe move down because of the Vic injury or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to predict through a whole season, Sean. I kind of end on that side because I look at the NFL as like a parody to this, because if you told me, in the summer, like 5 weeks ago, that Antonio Brown was going to be on the Patriots catching touchdowns, or that several members of the Dolphins had demanded their way out.
And Josh Rose was going to be a starter week 3, baby.
That one's a little more predictable.
What about our boy up in New York?
Your boy that you liked.
What about my boy up in New York dethroning a Manning by being a Manning? I'm sorry.
I was making the same face since day one.
Like, there's just... I could see us having a total fiesta-like season like that. Like, there's just so much change that could happen mid-season on these teams. It's very hard to predict out where they're going to be at the end of the year.
We shaking and baking this season? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying it's entirely possible that, these things, you can throw them out the window 2 weeks in the season, because guess what? There was some weird trade or a bunch of guys got hurt. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, you got to take this with a grain of salt. When we're trying to predict these playoffs things, it's like, hey, this is the roster they've got as of today, September 19th at 9:03 p.m. Like, that's what it is, and that's kind of where I want to hold that up, because, like, I look at that. For example, you said, like, the Pistons are a team that can easily fall out. If Blake doesn't play like fucking Superman and top 5 MVP candidate, yeah, they don't deserve to make the playoffs then, unless Derrick Rose turns out to be an MVP again. Like, it's just they have such a giant leap in talent after, I should say, a fall off in talent after Blake Griffin, where they're counting on him, and that's where that modifier, like you said, would come in really handy for performances like his, because without that, like, I see this Pistons team, we give Andre Drummond way too much credit for just being able to rebound really well as a center. And
Helped our fantasy team.
He
And
did.
we love Luke Kennard, but like
We absolutely do,
that's
because
it.
he popped up at the end of the year.
He's not like a stud.
No, he's a freaking role player.
Yeah.
But I look at that team and they're 14 on our list. Like, yeah, they can easily fall out of the playoffs. I think I'm with you though on the Pacers as well, because that's Vic's health is a big question. I don't know if Malcolm Brogdon can step up and put up 20 plus points a night. Jeremy Lamb, there's a chance he can, but there's also a chance that without Kemba Walker, turns out we weren't giving Kemba enough credit for creating opportunities. Even though it doesn't show on the stat sheet, it might show on the court.
Yeah.
Like, there's
and
a
now
lot
they're
of
gonna have to play
questions.
more of Sabonis and Turner together, and we know
Which-
that doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe they'll figure it out. Maybe they won't, because it's been it's been over one full year of that together. 2, right?
2.
Yeah, it's 2 years.
Yeah.
So I was
Vic
I said
has
2
been
and I hesitated. I was like,
Vic was a Pacer for 2 years.
yeah. So I'm just saying, like, there are a lot of question marks on that team if there's a setback in Victor Oladipo's health. So with that being said, I do think both the Magic, Bulls, and even going down to that third tier of teams with the Hawks, Heat, they're definitely not a tier below, but in these rankings they are, I think it's just so wide open in the East. Literally everybody but the Hornets.
Let's talk about the West, where it's
And
a
the
little
Wizards.
less open, and there is a team
I'm
that
not stopping them. No.
there is a team, at least out west, that didn't make the playoffs last year that, Ricky, you said that is probably favored to get into the playoffs this year. At 16, the Lakers. Obviously, they have AD. Obviously, they have the best player in the league in LeBron James. And they were pretty decent come December, and they were giving the Warriors a hell on Christmas Day. And then LeBron got injured, and Brandon Ingram got injured, and that team kind of fell off
Lonzo
later
got
off.
injured.
Didn't go well for the Lakers last year.
Yeah.
Are they truly the 16th team in the NBA, or should they be higher?
If Boogie didn't get hurt literally the week before we
Yeah.
made these rankings, they would be like 6.
Yeah.
I'm
'Cause
terrified.
Boogie would be top 10.
Yeah. Like, I don't care how many times he's been injured over and over. My love for Boogie goes deep.
Also, probably not the guy to stand here.
Phrasing? No. Look, he's a horrible person off the court.
Gotta love
Okay,
Archie.
yeah.
Absolutely
there you
fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
I will space myself from that. But like on the court, like it's just there's something fun about his game, and even though like his mean mug face when you watch guys try to bowl through him, like on the court, he just does dumb shit. It's entertaining.
Dave's
It's what it
hashtag
is.
today is just hashtag on the court.
It's on the court. I don't want to deal with these people at all off the court. Seriously, no, you're right. Like I don't know any of them off the court. I only know what I know
Talk
on
about
the court.
KP. ugh.
Everything else is the phrase allegedly. Like we need a safe word for this fucking podcast. But yeah, no, like this Lakers team is.
No, on the court.
On the court. I'm just trying to say this. This Lakers team has so much talent.
On the court.
On the court. I'm not even gonna touch them off the court.
Well, I mean, they should be. I mean, trying to reel this back in here and save this.
Back on the court.
You say that should be top
Guys, let's
10.
get back on
Yeah,
the
let's get back on the court. You say, oh, they should be top 10. Well, I'll answer this. They, if healthy, should be top. I want to say top 3 in the West, only because I want to give the Nuggets some love. Like Clippers, Nuggets or Lakers, Nuggets or Lakers.
No, Jazz. Why are you giving me that? What?
I don't know. I just
I'm
don't-
110% serious. Like
Well, I mean,
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it.
We will get to how
But-
high this podcast is on
it's
the
the
Jazz.
LeBron James modifier. Anthony Davis. You've got 2 top 5, 10 players. I don't.
On the
You're
court.
expecting
on the court.
You're expecting Kuzma to make a jump this
I
year.
honestly don't expect him to do that.
You
On
don't
the
think
court.
he's going to make a
No,
jump?
on the court. I don't think he's gonna make a jump.
On the court.
On the court. I think he's. I think he
What do you
is
think-
who
what do
he
you think
is.
about
He's
Dwight
like
Howard on the
23 already. I love Dwight Howard on the court. He is.
He hasn't
hilarious.
been there in a while.
Yeah, well, his butt
He hasn't
hurt.
been on the court in a bit.
His butt
Especially in LA in a
His
Lakers
butt hurt
jersey.
on the court.
He has to lay down at games. Like it reminded me of like the old Larry Bird footage with like just laying down on the court.
This podcast sucks. On and off the court. Anyways, yeah, the Lakers are better than the fucking Pelicans, who are a top 10 team. Like, come on, get this shit out of here. Like, I know we think that they're a very solid team, and everyone's like pretty much average on that
Yeah.
team, and that's what brings down the Lakers is the fact that they don't have, superstars outside of Anthony Davis and LeBron James.
And
It's
we
pretty much
consider
just
their head coach a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty much just role players. But if they did have, just a middle of the pack head coach and just average players as their point guards, 6-man, everything, they would be a top 10 team, and that's the biggest thing that separates them. And that's why we need modifiers, because if it had the LeBron James and Anthony Davis modifiers, they would have been top 10.
5.
What about the team that's right above them? Like, I don't think I'm not making the case. I don't want to say like I want to make the case that Warriors should be top 10, but it's like the reason why the Warriors are this low compared to like last year. Like Sean in our text was like, man, last year the Warriors had this much of a point lead. It's like, you do know Clay was there, KD was there. Like, I know KD left, but it's like Clay weren't in these rankings, and the guy that was there was one. Then you have McKinney. What, you think that?
The Klay Thompson being the best shooting guard. I was
no,
totally
but I'm
right
saying
on that
it would still be 29 or 30 compared to 1 point that their shooting guard got. And then you got McKinney, who also got, like, they had so many people in those spots get ones where
what
it was like,
their point total
they
from
were
last year, Sean?
194?
Yeah, 193.
And this year they're at
115.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Like, 28 more points if Clay's on here. Like, that at least.
Yep.
They would be getting at least 28, 29 more points if Clay was there.
They'd be fine. Well, you're saying
if
he'd be
Clay
playing at the starting
if Clay
four.
was in the rankings because he'd be healthy, they'd have at least 28 more points in their rankings.
Because where's D'Angelo Russell then?
No, we would put Clay at the small forward.
Ew.
Either or.
Okay.
Because, I mean,
so I didn't hear
two of their guys, I believe, had
D'Angelo can't play
ones.
small forward.
No, Clay would be at the small forward. So
I
small
agree
forward
then,
was 2 points.
Yeah, it would go up
so
to...
it would at least be 20 points there.
Yeah,
I'll give you gotten.
Yeah, their 6-man got a 1, and then their 3 got a 2.
And that's because they traded away Andre and Sean
Livingston
retired.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have been depleted. They're not a bad team. Again, they have Steph Curry, but then you're relying on Steph to stay healthy, which is iffy. So I honestly don't hate this ranking for the Warriors just because while we do know that their top end is huge, they could be awful this year if Steph injury has a major injury.
Awful, you mean like middle of the pack, right?
If Steph Curry gets injured, they could be awful.
Are you on the Warriors miss the playoffs bandwagon?
No.
Okay.
I think they could be a top 5 team this year if they're healthy and good.
Okay.
I think they're making the playoffs. I don't know where they stand because we haven't seen this without Clay, without KD. What is Steph going to do now?
D'Angelo Russell.
Steph could be MVP again. Like, if he's healthy, he's
people
fucking
are predicting
insane.
that, actually.
We forget how good he is sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's mainly due to the injuries that he suffered and playing next to KD. I don't know what Steph's going to do and how good he will be and if he's going to be healthy then. And D'Angelo Russell, this could be a great place for him. And I wouldn't be shocked if Draymond Green has a resurgence in his career. So
Draymond's going to win Most Improved Player award somehow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. There's a lot that could go right with the Warriors here. There could be a lot that goes wrong. There already has been, but I really don't think that this team's that bad. But I don't think that they are a shining endorsement where they have Anthony Davis and LeBron James and Danny Green, who's a multi-time champion. Yep. They have Steph Curry, they have Draymond Green, and let's see what they can get out of D'Angelo Russell. And even then, they need to stay healthy. Where I know AD's had some injury issues, but he's going to take less of a load now. He's going to have a lower usage now. And LeBron, while he did have his injury last year, this guy has been healthy 16 out of his 17 years. So, and he probably would have played. He would have played more too last year if they were more competitive. So
agreed.
I wouldn't be shocked if the Warriors were higher and should be higher on this list, but I don't have a bone to pick with 15. I think they're better than the Pistons and Raptors and Nets for sure. But if they're, if they ended up at 15, I understand why. I don't understand why the Lakers are at 16. I don't understand why the Bulls and Suns are at 18 and 19. Those are the ones that really irk me. But the Warriors, we know that they're going to be heavily reliant on Steph and Andre.
Mm-hmm. No, it plays into also, like you said, if we're putting a LeBron James modifier in, then we'd have to put the Steph Curry modifier in, which would boost them up.
They recorded last week. The whole is greater than the sum of the parts. That's exactly what it is. It's just on their own. This is where they're at. But if you put them together on the court, this is the product you're going to see.
All right, let's jump into the fun parts. Worst team in these rankings, 11 through 20. Who's the worst team? If you had to vote for one of them, Suns.
110% Suns.
Yeah, without a doubt, it's the Suns.
Yeah, it's the Suns. Best team on this one, one that you wouldn't be shocked if they won the championship.
Ooh,
Blazers?
What?
Blazers.
You'd be shocked. You wouldn't be shocked if the Blazers won the title.
I said it.
I'd be fucking shocked if they won the title.
They got close last year, and they're going to return back Nurkic halfway through a season. They've got Mario Hezonja now.
Yikes.
I'm going to be that guy.
It's David CJ, man.
Dub Nation. I'm going to be that guy.
Okay.
Warriors.
Lakers. You wouldn't be shocked if LeBron Rose
I wouldn't be
held
shocked.
another. Yeah, that fucking.
I absolutely
Lakers.
would not be shocked if the Lakers won a championship.
But you pick the Blazers over the Lakers?
No, I'm just saying. Wait, your question was, would you not be shocked? Oh, you wouldn't be shocked.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be shocked.
Okay. I was saying I'd be shocked if the Blazers won. I wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers won.
No, I'd be shocked. Wouldn't you be more shocked if the Suns won a title?
Yeah, I guess, but like we all know that's not that's not in the realm of possibility. They have that like 0.0000000000000000000.
Do they have a better chance than the Hornets?
One.
Chance.
Yeah, Suns have a better chance than the Hornets.
Yep. Devin Booker could score,
no, but
70
which team
again.
out of this one would win the title? That's what the question
Yeah, I
was.
mean, like, fair enough. It's
Mine
still
would be Lakers.
toss-up.
He's going with Dub Nation, the Warriors.
I still weirdly think the Blazers. I'm sticking with
I mean,
it.
if they didn't run into the
Okay.
Warriors last year, they would have made it there, right?
They wouldn't have won though.
No, I'm just
they
saying
would have
they've
made
got
it there, though, right?
They wouldn't have won though, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Who do you think can win the title?
I think the Blazers could pull off some surprising shit. It'd be upsets, don't get me wrong. But they do have some really talented guys on the team.
All right. And then finally, who's going to be in the top 10 next year? Who for sure, with the math and everything, will be in the top 10
With the
next year?
math of Klay Thompson being healthy, the Warriors will be a top 10 team next
I'm
year.
going to say Lakers and Warriors.
Yeah, they're
Both.
both pretty much locks to be
And
back
the
in
Nets,
top
because KD will be there.
That was my
Fuck.
team. You stole mine. It's
Yeah.
the Nets because right now they have 9 points for their. Do they have 9 points? No, I was looking at the wrong one. They have 2 points for their power forward. So yeah, that's gonna take a jump. It's you just sub KD in there, and the math is gonna work out. So it will be the Nets, and that's my pick there. But yeah, that's probably gonna do it for this one. So we wouldn't be shocked if the Lakers won the title, the Blazers won the titles, or Warriors won the titles. Top 10 teams possibly next year in this are going to be the Nets, the Warriors, and Lakers. And the shit team is the Suns. Shout out Suns. We love your fans though. And that's the one thing is like we're not bad. The team themselves, like the players, like they don't have bad guys on their team on the court.
Well, they got rid of Josh Jackson.
On the court, talented.
Kudos to you guys.
Hashtag on the court.
Hashtag on the court.
Hashtag on the court, talented. Your fucking owner sucks. That's for sure. Y'all know that. But Sun fans give us love, and we love them back. Shout out to Suns fans, but so far we have not been shown that your team is good. And I think you guys know that, unfortunately. But anyways.